Hello, hope you're well. Let's keep this one quick. It is quite late, as you can probably see, and these lights on my car last about 8 minutes and they just turn off. So, hope you're well. Been absolutely smashing the uploads lately on YouTube. So, want to try the Katsu chicken wrap from Aldi. This isn't just going to be a review video, it's also going to be me talking about things. I'm only going to have a couple of bites of this because I'm going for a walk, and I don't actually want to eat all of this in this video. So first thoughts. It's weird eating katsu when it's cold. It's not always my first choice at Wagamama's either, katsu curry. There's a shitload of carrot in there. There's a lot of veg going on. It's good. It's kind of like eating cold beans. It's a bit like, this would be better if it was hot. But once you start introducing veg and stuff, like, I don't know if you've ever like been pissed up and got to Subway for like 3 in the morning. It never tastes the same next day. You either eat it pissed up, or it's just, that's it. That's a wrap, literally. That's all right. Did you know, right? First talking point of the episode, video, whatever this is, I don't even know anymore. I'm old. I need to be shot. You can just take stuff like this from Aldi. You just take boxes from Aldi and no one cares. Isn't that amazing? Isn't the UK just fantastic? That these guys literally cannot get rid of the cardboard that they are stacking shelves with products. They're just like, please just take all of the cardboard. It's just what a fantastic thing that's going on without anyone knowing. No one talks about it. Weird, isn't it? Okay, so quote funny, unquote funny bit over. Sad bit. One of my mates has had a podcast for about 8 years. Derek from the Wok Show, who I've had on a couple of times, and I've been on his show a couple of times. He's calling it a day on the podcast. So send one up. And I'm not going to try and turn this into a, you need to support local podcasts, not just Happy Hour and Joe Rogan. Because I'm also part of the problem. I listen to a lot of them. But it's funny when there's this like weird median where I'll announce that I'm starting a podcast. Everyone goes, oh my God, 60 likes. Oh my God, wow, exciting. 8 years, bit of success. Don't get me wrong, it's not like completely died, but when you're just doing stuff, you're just on the treadmill, you're on the hamster wheel, you're just doing stuff. Likes seem to decline slowly. And I never ever want to be the person that people go, wait, he's still doing that? Really? I don't want that. I don't want to fade into obscurity. But the other time you get loads of love is when you announce that you're quitting. And when you announce that you're stopping something. Poor Derek. He's had so much going on in his personal life, and it's all boiled to a point where he can only really do music or podcasts from what I know. And obviously I'm not him. I can't speak on behalf of him. But it's all gotten to a bit of a critical mass, I think, over in Canada, for him, bless him. And I kind of just want to reach out and give him a big hug. Because he puts some serious time into his podcasts. He got like some sort of license deal with a radio station to release his podcast through that as well. And he works really hard. He inspired me to like seek out my own sponsors, because he had quite a few sponsors on his roster at one point. I don't know, just feel a bit like, because one of the first podcasts I ever listened to was one called Halftime Coffee, and it was my friend Liam Dafter and his mates just genuinely just having a laugh during lockdown. They've they've stopped. They've called it a day. Brain stew as well, with Jamie and the guy that just wants to sell mugs and never ever wants to pay you. They've stopped. The Chronicles of Podcasts are still going, and hopefully I'm going to get Jamie, who's my part-time editor, on my podcast, and we can do some cross promotion. What other podcasts do I usually listen to that are local to me that have called it a day? I can't think of any, really. A lot of people feel this, though, this fatigue of like, oh my god, I have to keep recording, otherwise it's all just like, ugh. But it's like, how on earth am I meant to compete with the Sidemen, or Joe Weller, or, you know, Wafflin, or Sidecast, or Logan Paul? But then you think, like, well, at some point, Logan Paul was actually no one. Like, he had 500 subs. But living in LA obviously accelerates the growth, and as everyone's in one area, and this is why London is so successful in the UK for a YouTuber. But I don't have $3,000 a month to spend on rent living in London, hoping that someone one day gives me a bit of a hoist. That's where you get creators like AB, who I actually genuinely think he's really funny, and he's worked really hard, like, behind the scenes, and then he got this big boost from being in Sidemen videos and being in loads of podcasts like The Fellas and stuff. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about before this turns off is one of my mates is working 2 jobs at the moment. He's working about 40 hours a week on each job. And it really, really is true about the saying of all work and no play makes Jack a very dull boy. But what a strange problem to have in this day, where you're actively having to turn down jobs and money because you've got so much going on that you literally cannot edit the wedding photos. And I hope that people within my inner circle that I actually know in real life, I hope if they ever feel overwhelmed that they can contact me and I'll show up and I'll have a drink with them. That's one thing that I've really tried to, like, constantly have, even as like a background thing, even if I'm like in a relationship and I've got rent and bills and mortgage and all that sort of stuff. I've always very much been like, right, what do you need right now? How can I help? And it's not like a solution thing. It's just like, do you need someone to be with right now whilst you're going through the motions, sort of thing. But I'm not trying to do videos on YouTube to be like, no, look how great I am. But yeah, so yeah, the moral of this one is if you go to Aldi and they've got loads of boxes, you can actually just take them. So what a way to end. It's been fun. Katsu Wrap's all right. If you like Japanese stuff, go for it. If you don't, if you're a pork pie guy, it's probably not for you. Thanks for watching.